Hello, I'm Dr. Mark Potts, and I just want to discuss some of the themes from our book. First of all, the original idea of living citizenship emerged from my study of an educational partnership between my own school in Salisbury, the UK, and a black township school in Durban, South Africa. This partnership was sustained over more than 14 years and has grown to involve an increasing number of participants from both communities. As I was involved in the partnership, I decided to engage in a participant action research method of inquiry, and I asked myself the question, how can I improve the delivery of citizenship education through an international school partnership? As I studied the partnership, I found that certain themes were emerging, and as I discussed these themes with my colleagues, Stephen Coombs and Jack Whitehead, it led to connections being made with existing ideas such as living educational theory and cultural education. And it was from these discussions that the ideas of living global citizenship, cultural empathy and living legacies were developed. My research into the partnership led to the development of a set of transferable pedagogical protocols which underpin the development of educational partnerships based on a living global citizenship approach. And these protocols provide a practical application of Sayers' notion of citizenship education as touching the hearts of participants. And they also help to address the concerns of Fran Martin about educational partnerships as a means of tackling negative prejudice, and also the concerns of post-colonial theorists such as Andreotti about the hegemonic nature of the neoliberal paradigm in the discourse about international development. And so, to the protocols. Firstly, participants in the partnership should engage in dialogue about values, exploring what matters to them, and engaging with what motivates them in the partnership. Participants need to recognise the limitations of their own knowledge, perspectives and values, and open their imagination to different views of the world, whilst maintaining their right to contribute to the dialogue. The commitment to genuine interactive dialogue that values the voice of all the participants is imperative as a means of addressing the imbalance of power relations between the North and the South. During the dialogue, those participants need to step out of their own cultural space into another creative space, allowing new meanings and understandings to emerge, acting as a first step in bridging any cultural divide, and working towards cultural balance and greater social equanimity. It's important to develop activities for the partnership that touch the hearts of participants and inspire them to live out their values more fully as citizens. This will motivate participants and lead to engagement in the partnership and with the issues that it raises. At the same time, the activities should tackle stereotypes and encourage a critical approach from participants. They need to be challenged to assess their own prejudice and to reflect on their own views of each other, so that a different perspective based on cultural empathy can emerge. Living global citizenship focuses attention on a process of accountability and individual empowerment that engages participant learners with issues of power and privilege in society. The activities should have long-term impact and sustain the community partnership. This can be achieved by building into the project an impact evaluation research methodology, which leads to changes being made in the partnership to make it sustainable. There's a need for ongoing dialogue and reflection as the partnership expands across the communities. Each participant within a Living Global Citizenship project is seen as an insider researcher who is capable of developing a living case. Through participation in the partnership, the individual's contribution as a living citizen who is living out their values more fully adds to the evidence base and contributes a living case as a real-life, authentic professional learning activity. Such an approach to a partnership gives status to each individual participant and recognises their creativity and their potential to make an original contribution to the partnership and to the academy. So each participant in a Living Global Citizenship project is seen as an active, critically reflective participant within a living context. Furthermore, participants should be encouraged to construct multimedia narratives from their living cases that are put freely into the public domain to encourage discussion and debate, thus raising the status of community partnerships as a means of empowering communities, levering social change, and in educational terms raising standards, and providing participants with evidence of professionalism as part of an official, continuing professional development process. So these protocols help to address the question about how we learn to become good citizens. They are transferable to all community partnerships and can help to provide a pedagogical framework for the delivery of citizenship education in a way that enables participants to become living global citizens, taking responsibility for their own contributions to civic society, and giving them ownership of the process and priorities for development. Thank you for listening.